Hello everyone, this is Mike. Welcome to my channel Mike the Tech Savvy. I've prepared today a very special video. I have here a boxed Nexus 4 device. This is probably the best looking Nexus device out of all of them. At least this is my opinion. It was launched exactly 5 years ago, and with this occasion I'd like to show you how it fares as a daily driver 5 years after its launch. So here we have the box. Very nice one considering the price. This was probably the best argument to buy a Nexus 4 device. It was launched at a price of only $300 US, contract free. Yeah, so here you go. It's a device made by LG, exactly like the successor Nexus 5 and the Nexus 5X. It had a great build quality, so Gorilla Glass 2 on the front and glass on the back as well. This one being one of the first devices to feature wireless charging. At the time of launch in 2012, its main competitor was the Samsung Galaxy S3. I have here an S3 for comparison purposes. This is a fully plastic build, while the Nexus device is full glass. Indeed, it does not feature a removable battery, but it's still a very handsome device, and the battery capacity is the same, 2100 mAh. If the looks were everything, I would definitely go for the Nexus 4, but there are some advantages on both sides here. But before comparing the two devices, let's go a bit deeper into the Nexus 4 experience 5 years after launch. At that time, you had flagship specs, a quad-core 1.5 Crate CPU with 2 GB of RAM, Adreno 320 GPU. The chipset is the Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro. The camera is an 8 megapixel with 1080p video recording and a 1.3 megapixel on the front with 720p video recording. What I have here is the latest stock firmware by Google. So this is the build number LMY48T. This is an Android Lollipop ROM. Of course, the usual Wi-Fi dual band, GPS, Bluetooth 4.0, a 3.5mm jack. Google has cut some corners here, the built-in storage and the lack of expandable storage. So it has only 16 GB of internal storage. This is kind of limiting for 2017, but I believe it is bearable if you have Google Drive or Dropbox, or even both. You're not limited in any way. The display has a resolution a bit above 720p, and it's an IPS Plus display. The sunlight legibility is not the best in class, but it's still nothing to be ashamed of, not even in 2017. There are far worse displays on entry-level phones right now. The camera, of course, is not the best around. This is another negative. What I really like about this device is that it has a lot of custom ROM supports. Even now you can install the Sailfish OS or the Lineage OS 15, which is Android Oreo. I will make a video about that. You can also install Firefox OS. The autofocus is fast enough as far as I'm concerned. You can adjust the resolution here in settings. The device is really fluid. I didn't expect it to be that good when I got it. This really shows that stock Google ROMs have a much longer lifespan than the bloated Samsung stock ROMs from that time. This Nexus 4 device was launched at the same time with Android Jelly Bean, and it had benefited a lot from this. So even though the S3 was launched in 2012 as well, this device only ended its software support on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, while the Nexus 4 continued 2 versions onwards, so up until Lollipop, which is 100% usable even now. What's impressive is that the device came with 2 GB of RAM, quite enough even for today's standards. All in all, the Nexus 4 still is, in my opinion, a very handsome device. I really like the rubbery sides here, so they provide a lot of grip. The button placement is very nice. It's a device which can be held in one hand and can be used like that. Call quality is decent enough, nothing to write home about, but well, none of the current flagships have amazing call quality either. Other than the Lumia 950, I haven't seen any device with stellar call reception. The wireless charging really gives you some flexibility. And of course, being a device so loved by the developers even now makes it a lot more versatile. You can install Android 7.1.2 very easily. I will probably make a video about that as well. It was a handsome device when it was released 5 years ago, and I believe it still is. Indeed, the bezels are not the slimmest around, but take into account the age of this device and it's not a bad deal after all. It can be found quite cheap right now. Of course, it's not easy to find one in very good condition, but it's not impossible either. And yes, you can continue to use the device even now. At least I know I will for another few weeks or so. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please do press the like button, and if you'd like to stay tuned to my channel and see more Nexus 4 videos, also stay tuned by pressing on the subscribe button, which will be displayed in the bottom left corner here. This was Mike the Tech Savvy. I wish you a great day. Bye.